One question that I keep on getting from time to time is, what's the difference between strong players and average players? By the way, I'm getting the definition of average player from this article here that you can find on the Remote Chess Academy website. So my thinking is average players are intermediate level players between the ratings 1200 and 1600. And according to this article, advanced level players are people rated between 1600 and 1900. Guess this is based on FIDE ratings as well, but could be higher when it comes to online chess. In online terms, I would say players rated below 2000 and those rated above 2000. What's the major differences? That's what you're going to learn in this video through live games. You will learn a lot from my thought process and how I'm going to be coming up with middle game plans against both types of players. I'll start with an average player, then I'll conclude with an advanced level player, just for you to see the differences and how the two think. Let's see the difference between average players and advanced players on leeches. I'm playing against a player rated 1345 and this is classical chess. Yes, so I guess we have enough time to think. I'm going to take this guy so serious. Okay, so you can see my classical rating is 1500 because I do not play classical chess on leeches. I mean, for what? I love playing these longer time control matches over the board. Okay, so my opponent is so far doing everything right. Let's play our opening prep, our opening repertoire against the Caro-Kann. I'm expecting to see that, yes, and then knight takes. I'm expecting to see knight f6. Oh, bishop f5 is also a move. I guess this guy is playing their own repertoire, which their coach told them. Okay, I love the fact that this guy is not blundering anything, as you can see. So far, so good. This is how you're supposed to play it, but let me tell you one secret on how to defeat beginners, intermediate level players, and most average players. Just begin attacking once the dust settles. So once you complete your development, start playing forcing moves. Most average players are not good defenders. They may be good attackers, but they are not good defenders. My opponent is playing very good moves. Now I'm curious. I don't even know what I should do at this point. Okay, so I know pawn to e6 is coming, so let me do this. Just develop the last squad bishop. I'll see pawn to e6, then I'll play queen e2, bishop f4 will come sooner or later. I foresee knight f6, knight d5, blah blah blah. So maybe seeing that, I should go bishop b3 followed by pawn to c4 to prevent knight d5 in the near future or something like that. I'm ready to castle long also. Yep, you see? So now I can safely go bishop f4, preventing bishop d6 just yet. I'm also very eager to see this move, knight f6. Maybe I should go pawn to h5, I don't know. Okay, queen b6. You see what I said about my opponent? He is doing everything right, playing like an advanced player. Not to insult my opponent, but at this level we expect to see a lot of blunders, hanging pieces and all that, and I understand. We do understand, because you know, at this rating level most people are not experienced enough, so there's nothing to, you know, worry about or think about. At this level most chess players don't have enough experience. So when I challenged, or when I accepted this guy's challenge, my thinking was, I'm just here to teach them one or two things, but they are making very good moves. Let's just continue playing the game of chess. Okay, so I just played knight e5 and my opponent just took. Let me take back with my bishop. Also have pawn to h5. I'll consider playing that. Just as I stated earlier, I'm expecting to see something like knight d5. I'll go pawn to c4, give it a chance, because I don't want to entertain my opponent's pieces in my territory. I also have bishop takes. Okay, so let's pause a little bit. This is what I was talking about. One of the easiest ways to trick most average players is to play forcing moves. Get this from me. They will always blunder on their own. That's the top secret I'm offering you. You can see what my opponent did. After getting out of the opening stage very safely, they just ended up hanging their knight in the middle game. So it is safe for me to conclude that the middle game is the most challenging part of the game for most average players. Because of course chess occurs in 3 stages: the opening stage, the middle game stage, and the end game. So whatever my opponent did from move 1 up to move 13 was probably their coach's repertoire, what they were taught by their coaches. That's what I'm trying to say. This is just a free knight for grabs, so I can just take it. And if pawn to f6, I can just retreat my bishop. Oh, wait a second. Not even retreating my bishop. I can just take the last square bishop before retreating my bishop, because I mean there are some simple tactics here. If you want to avoid these kinds of blunders and hanging pieces, watch the video that has popped up in the card above. I explained everything you need to know when it comes to avoiding making blunders or hanging pieces. I can't just repeat content. At this point, my opponent just played pawn to c5. Before you make a move, always try to understand what weakness you are going to create next. In this case, I have bishop check. That will make my opponent's king lose its right to castle. Maybe my opponent should have thought about protecting their g7 pawn. Maybe with a move like rook that, or just castle shot, putting their king to safety. That's very important in chess. Although, if that happened, I was still going to sacrifice my bishop or something like that, because this is hanging. Oh, there's that move, but still, at this point, it's just a matter of technique. So what I'm going to do is to... Oh, I understand why my opponent played pawn to c5. They were worried that I wanted to take here. See that when the pawn was on c6, maybe my plan was to take and take the last square bishop. So that's why they've played pawn to c5. But that just created another weakness here. But you see, let me just take. I'm going to take this side. Bishop takes, attacking the rook. I might even take the next pawn. I also have bishop check now, for real. But maybe first, I should take like this. So let's see how this will work. So this is me planning. This is how you're supposed to be planning in chess. If rook g8 is played, I know I have enough time to take on c5, since that comes with an attack. Okay, so my opponent is very much worried about, their light squad bishop, the placement of their light squad bishop. And I love the fact that they know how to counterattack. They are not just responding to all of my threats. So this is a good move. It's a good tactical move. See, if I take, maybe my opponent will have enough time to rescue their rook like this, or just take with their bishop attacking my queen or something like that. So I should do something about this, and I should respond very well. I'm thinking, if I play this move, my opponent is going to attack me like this. What if I do this? I have that. So first, let me do this. There's a reason for that. I don't like the fact that my opponent was attacking my h4 pawn. So let them come here, and that's when I'm going to back up or back off. Still have check, by the way. And maybe that's when I'm going to give them a check. So bishop d6, check. Okay, so now let's do the doables. I have all the time in this world to take, because that will pave the way for my other rook to come into the game. My opponent is not a bad chess player. They understand something. They seem to understand something. So you've seen what I've done here. Taking on c5, since the pawn is attacking a bigger piece. So I do not mind losing the bishop for the queen. Now I can safely give a check. By taking, I just helped myself to pave the way for my a rook. I don't want the f rook to come into the game. It is the a rook that I want. The f rook is guarding the f2 square just in case. This is how we play chess, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, looks like the one who kinda blundered with this move this time, I do admit. Nevertheless, I happen to be lucky due to bishop d4. So this was not a good move, and I do apologize. It's a very shameful thing to happen. So this is why most people say good players are always lucky. I guess I am. I never thought about pawn to b5, to be honest. All I was looking at is bishop f4 check, stealing my opponent's right to castle. That's all I was thinking about. Never paid attention to pawn to b5. And remember that my dark squad bishop was hanging. So again, I'm lucky because I have bishop b3. You know what I'm thinking? I can even do this. Are they going to go back? Okay, let me play it safe. I don't have much time to do tactics. So I'm just attacking the queen now. So that was a silly blunder by myself. And let me show you another tactic that I'm thinking. This is how we reason in chess. I'm thinking of taking on a7. So I just spotted this tactic now. So if my opponent plays something that won't be impactful, such as queen c6, I'll just take this free pawn. Oh, there's that, but I have queen e3. The idea is if bishop takes and rook takes, I have queen check. So that's what I'm expecting to see on the board. Queen c6, bishop takes. If bishop d6, thanks to queen e3. So you find a tactic on the board, and then you start looking for other threats that your opponent may come up with. So you see, this is how we reason in chess, you guys. So I'm going to take, but I expect to see bishop d6. Yeah, so let's do this. If rook takes, I have check and win the rook. But first, I'm expecting to see bishop d6, which is an intermediate move. Again, I'm going to play queen e3 if that happens. Again, these are moves that most average players don't see. To sharpen up your tactical skills, you need to start solving a lot of chess puzzles. Solve chess puzzles if you want to sharpen your tactical skills and board vision. It doesn't come by magic or by prayer and fasting. Let's see what my opponent is going to do. Are they going to take? I guess they are going to play bishop d6. After queen e3, I anticipate something like bishop takes, after which I'm just going to take back with my pawn, then bring back my bishop, probably putting it here, centralize my a rook, bringing it into the game, and the rest will follow up. Oh, okay, so I didn't think about this, but it doesn't add much water. So let me do this. I'll attack the queen, win the rook, probably. So let's attack the queen now. Oh, wait a second. Why am I playing so... Oh, wait. I have check. So queen d4 will be a blunder. Even queen b4. My opponent should just take or something like that. I have so many threats. If they don't take, I'll win the rook. That's all. Yep. What did I say? Queen b4 or queen d4 are both blunders due to that. This is check. Worse off, if this is played, I'll win the rook before winning the queen. Guess my opponent should now resign. You see? Anticipating each move. This is what makes a lot of people to lose. Failing to identify your opponent's moves, next moves, or next threats. So this is another trait by most average players. They don't easily resign, which is both good and bad. There are positions where you just need to give up. I mean, at this point, I'm not going to blunder anything, right? So you can see this is proof enough that most people know their openings very well nowadays. What they don't know is middle game planning. And if you really want to improve your middle game planning, just watch the video that I recommended. It's also in the comment section down below, I guess. At this point, I'm just thinking of sacrificing my rook, take, and mate my opponent. Yep, so now instead of taking this hanging rook again, let me just take pap. So bishop takes, rook takes, and now this is checkmate. So this is how you are supposed to be reasoning in chess, you guys. Now let me show you the difference between these guys, the average players and the advanced players. By the way, kudos to my 1345 rated opponent. They played their opening very well. The opening stage was fantastic. I even got worried, like, who am I playing against? Could this be some grandmaster or an advanced player hiding behind a fake account or something like that? So this guy is so good, no doubt about it, is so good, but they have to work on their middle game planning and end game tactics, etc. Anywho, let me just play a quick game against a strong chess player, probably somebody rated above 2200. Okay, so this is now bullet chess, just for me to beat time. You can see my opponent played the Caro-Kann. Let's see how advanced players think. Oh, wait a second. You can see what my opponent has done. Instead of playing knight f6, which leads to the tactical variation like what my first opponent did, they chose knight d7. But against this, I do have a tricky line that begins with knight g5 and sacrificing my knight like that. Let's see if my opponent is going to fall for that. Should play this move as well. Yeah, let's do this. So if pawn to h6, I'll just sacrifice my knight. Okay, so what I do is I still go bishop d3, still waiting for pawn to h6. Okay, that is not going to work. Now I can play bishop c4 if pawn to h6. Wait a second, I'm late, but still have queen e2, wanting to sacrifice here. Okay, my opponent is doing everything right at this point, so you can do these things even in your games, apply these tactics. So our opening was very tricky because I love doing this if I just want to win a quick game. Castle long. Let's see what my opponent is going to do. Castle short is very bad. Even though I don't know what I'm supposed to do, I'll just play pawn to g4. Why? Because I want to pave the way for my thing there. You can see. So I can even play this move, I guess. Yeah, let's just play. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do, but I'll just do what looks natural. If pawn takes, I have rook takes. Keeping an eye on this. I don't want to lose my rook. So I'll play rook g1. Oh, okay, bishop that. I think I can do this. It is safe for me to play rook f4. Next, I have rook g1 after takes. So very soon this game will be over. It is safe for me to say that. Okay, so this guy was 2375. Oh, he is still a 2375 rated opponent. Why am I sounding like the game is already over? So what is this? They can't take. I can just do this. If pawn takes, I have that. So this should be checkmate in 2, I guess. Pap and mate. Yep, so That's it for today, you guys. You can see the difference between average players and advanced players. Yep. So to be honest, I enjoyed the classical match that I had with a 1300 rated player more than this game, which I'm just finishing from playing. Anywho, I hope you guys learned one or two things even in today's video. Want to take your chess seriously? Simply head over to the comment section down below and find a special link to my courses that you should click. You will be redirected to my Patreon page where you can access all my wonderful courses. By the way, that's how you support this channel. And hey, if you really care about this channel and want to see us grow, click the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon for all my content. That way you won't miss any of my future uploads. Lastly, to get this free study PGN that I'm using in this video, simply scroll all the way down to the comment section and click the first link that you see, which will redirect you to a page that will ask you to subscribe before getting this PGN for free.